Hi all, happy Monday and happy President's Day. I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. I wanted to talk about some things that have been brought up a few times with Jake's Law. A lot of people have asked us about the price tag that is attached to it. Now, in Jake's Law, there is a provision. It is an $8 million provision to provide access to care for our youth in schools to get the care that they need. Now, this is for our underinsured and uninsured children that just need, a bridge to make sure they're getting the appropriate care. Early intervention is absolutely critical. We know that it takes about 8 to 10 years from the onset of symptoms before someone is diagnosed with a mental illness. So we need to make sure that our children have access to care and that we can identify problems early on, because the faster we identify this problem, the faster we can get our children help, and the better off they're going to be and the more productive they are going to be. We know youth suicides are at epidemic levels in Arizona. You don't need me to tell you that. We know that there was a 32% rise in youth suicides from 2016 to 2017. We know that over 65% of those children were between the ages of 15 and 17. We know that suicide is the second leading cause of death for people aged 15 to 34. We know we need to act. The status quo isn't working. We need to make sure that children that are uninsured or underinsured have access to care. Now, this $8 million is not something that is going to be in the budget forever. It is something that has to be voted on year after year. So we've heard some people call it an entitlement, but it's not an entitlement, it's a bridge. So if you have a student that is in school and they are in crisis, we need to make sure that they get access to care so that we don't lose them. And I'm sorry, my cat Beast is here in the background with me. But when we really think about our children and the issues that they're having, I don't think $8 million is too much to ask. I know that a lot of us would like to see more. I think this is a really great starting point, and I'm really grateful to the governor for putting that money in the bill and asking for that money. We have a crisis. We're at epidemic levels, and I can tell you, if we had a measles outbreak, we had a pandemic, we had something happening with our youth that was on the physical health side, do you think we would be concerned about an $8 million price tag, or do you think we would just be doing what was necessary to save our children? And I think that's really what we're trying to do here. There are a lot of really great provisions in the bill. We have insurance parity where insurance companies are going to have to report and make sure that they are treating behavioral health equally with physical health. That is something that is very important to us, for those of you that follow us and know our story. But a lot of people have really talked about this $8 million price tag. And we have children that are struggling. Children need some extra help. And that $8 million can go a long way to helping those children. If we can save 15, 20, 30, 50 lives with that money, and those children can go on to live wonderful, productive lives, even if we save 10, 15 kids, isn't it worth it? I think back to Jake and all the children that we've lost, and I can't help but think back to graduation. We're never going to get to see Jake graduate. He had a dream of joining the Air Force and becoming a pilot. He's never going to have that opportunity. And all those children that we've lost are not going to have the opportunity to grow up. They're not going to have that opportunity to make their stamp, and to really become productive members of society and really improve our society. We are really missing out on the lives that these children were going to live, the lives that they were going to live as adults. Let's stop this. Let's just really commit to not one more, and let's do what is necessary. I think our kids are worth $8 million, don't you? Thanks so much, guys.